If you guys are running meta ads right now and you're having a hard time scaling or just achieving a profitable ROAS, it's likely because one of these four things I'm about to go over is flawed or it's broken. And these are foundational things. I believe these are the only four things you really need to know to run a successful meta ads campaign. And sure, there's going deeper into each of these things. You can go into the weeds and you can improve each of these things I'm about to cover. But having a base understanding of these things will make it a lot easier. And it will likely give you the ability to go and look at your Facebook ads account right now and solve something, or at least focus somewhere to improve results immediately. So let's dive in on what this looks like. I'm just going to actually hop right away. I think it's very obvious, and it goes to say that Facebook ads have changed ever since the iOS 14 update and cookie deprecation happened. Retargeting audiences have gotten a lot weaker and audiences have gotten a lot smaller, as well as interest-based targeting has gotten weaker. It's just super ineffective now in 2025. And scaling ad accounts simply is harder if you don't understand the updates that Facebook has made to help advertisers out. And so, first things first is tracking. Your tracking is everything. There's still countless advertisers I see out there who have flawed tracking and they are not using server-side tracking, which is Meta's conversions API setup that they have with Shopify stores. So if you don't have conversions API and you're tracking on purchases or whatever conversion you're trying to optimize for is not set up, the algorithm that you're working with, which is the Facebook ads platform, will never be able to achieve you the result that you're wanting. So number one, go and audit your tracking. Are your event match quality scores high, at least an 8 or above? And are you tracking the key events accurately that you're wanting to track, i.e. purchases or lead form submissions? From there, you'll want to make sure you verify and prioritize your events on what is most valuable to your business. So number one, if you're running Facebook ads, go and audit your tracking. If your tracking is broken, you will never be able to scale it because you're never going to be able to teach Facebook what is actually valuable to you. And then you're never going to be able to actually understand if you're being effective and profitably running an ad account. And so it makes decision making impossible. Number two is going to be consolidation is better than segmentation. So one of the biggest issues I see with advertisers now is they have so many campaigns. And that is completely fine if your budget allows for it, or if you have certain inventory goals that you're trying to get rid of per product category or different profit margins per category. But when you have a budget of $1,000 a day, or let's just say for a month, just to make clean numbers, and you have 10 or 15 campaigns, you are watering down budget so far that none of these campaigns can actually snowball enough data into becoming more and more effective. If you consolidate your data, the algorithm, the thing that we're feeding, becomes more efficient with targeting, and it'll get you a more efficient result over time. But less is more for sure in this case, because you'll never be able to experience that result and you'll never be able to actually see how powerful the algorithm is with targeting and at getting your ads in front of the people who are actually ready to buy if you're just so spread thin. So if you're doing this, my rule of thumb is your campaign should at least be getting 50 conversion events per week. So in a 7-day period, you want enough budget to be going towards a campaign so it can get 50 conversions. Unless you're getting 50 conversions, you'll never be able to snowball what it is that I'm saying and get Meta to a place to where it can optimize most effectively from a targeting standpoint and from a ROAS standpoint. And then you'll never be able to scale it because once you get to that level, you can actually scale the campaign a lot easier. But before that, you're going to scale prematurely and you're going to get very up and down performance. So that is number two. Going into that a little bit deeper is you have to go broad, not narrow these days. So Meta's algorithm post this iOS 14 update, I had mentioned retargeting and interest audiences have gotten so much weaker. Meta does all their targeting now in two ways. One, by the data you give them, which is what I had just covered. They become more effective over time by looking at your previous conversion history and understanding what types of people are like those previous purchasers, and they'll show them in front of essentially a lookalike audience. Number two is your creative, the ads that you're actually giving Facebook. Facebook looks at those and they know how to target an audience based on your creative. So if your creative has a mom in a blanket and it says a mom's favorite gift or a mom's best friend, it is going to target moms who want better sleep or whatever it is. They have millions of psychographic data points. So they are using your creative visually, your ad copy, and as well as previous conversion data to target people. And this is why I say go broad. I use broad audiences for all my clients. It has been far superior to any other interest-based targeting or any other targeting mechanism that I can use, just setting everything to broad. So that's number two. Number three is very simple, and it's just not adding barriers or restrictions to these campaigns. So use Advantage Plus campaigns. I like to use the Advantage Plus audiences as well, and don't restrict in terms of placement. Again, the algorithm knows what is best for you over time. And if you're restricting it, you'll never understand if you're truly reaching your full potential because you've just restricted the algorithm. I already mentioned this. This is just the 50 conversion rule. So make sure your ad sets are getting 50 conversions a week before you worry about segmenting things out further. Number three to all this is your creative is going to be your number one performance lever or your number one growth lever in the ad account. Every single time a client hits a plateau and we fold in new creative, we notice our ROAS increases and we hit a new point at which we can scale. And so it's this cyclical thing of understanding, hey, I have to test creative consistently and I need a consistent cadence of creative, not only so Meta understands who to target more effectively, but so I don't let my ads fatigue and then die off after they've impressioned so many people with this ad. So having fresh creative in the ad account is number one going to be the growth lever in the ad account long term. I have a separate video as well that covers how I would do creative testing in an ad account. So you guys can watch that. I show you the structure of my current testing mechanism and structure for ad accounts right now. And then last but not least, your ads are not going to fix a bad product and a bad landing page. The point of the ad is to generate interest and demand and to get people to click over to our site. But if your offer is awful and the product or the landing page is truly awful, nobody is ever going to convert. We can get the best click through rate in the world and drive traffic to your website. But the offer and the landing page, if they're not convincing enough to get somebody to convert, we are going to lose that conversion. And so fix your foundation first. Make sure that your page is obviously fast, it's mobile friendly, and it has simple navigation. Create an irresistible offer. Make sure you understand the unit economics of your business to actually give an offer that makes sense to people. So, for example, AG1 does a phenomenal job at this. They have a free welcome kit for subscribers. This is a supplement company, and they offer a free starter kit. And so that is their offer. They lower the barrier to entry, and it seems like they're eating cost up front, which is great to them because they know in the long term they have a subscription model where they're going to make their money back in 2 months, right? And so they can keep scaling that offer because it converts very well. Other companies will do things like 20% off your first order, et cetera, et cetera. At the end of the day, the offer has to be profitable for you, but these are things that you look for to add additional value to get that first purchase. Number three is obviously going to be a frictionless checkout. So if you're making it harder to convert and they're having to scroll way down the page to get to the buy it now button or whatever it is, and there's several steps to be able to convert, you are going to severely ruin your conversion rate. Make it very easy. The shorter the conversion path, the higher your conversion rate will be. And then number four is just kind of this intersection, an understanding of this intersection between having the right product, the right offer, and the right creative. Those are going to be the things that ultimately lead to a scalable campaign structure or really a scalable account. And so again, just to recap, number one, audit your tracking. Two, make sure your campaigns are consolidated to take all the tracking that you're giving and all the data that you're getting right now from your budget, consolidate that so Meta can actually effectively target over time and become more and more profitable. Number three is test more creative. More creative is likely going to lead to better results. And then number four is optimize your foundation off platform, which is going to be your landing pages and your offers and your product. And those are the only real four things you need to run a successful Meta Ads account. Feel free, let me know if you guys have any questions. Hope this was helpful. Feel free to follow for more videos like this.